Oh, she's silent again. I can tell. Which means I have to start the show, which is always a difficult thing for me to do because she's T, I'm Robin. She's the one who makes the most sense. I'm the goofball. We're here on the Built-in Buffalo Network, and we love it. And we're here to talk some Bills football.
Absolutely. I don't know. Listen, I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting with this damn machine. It is what it is. From now on, I guess Robin's going to be starting the show.
I'll
Hopefully
be introing. I'm going to have,
yeah.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come up with some really funky intros.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Be prepared, T.
Maybe this is my computer saying, give it up. Let Robin
Give it up,
do
girl.
it. And it's all good. Which is fine. I'm fine with it. But like Robin said, it is tea time. It's time for us to discuss the Buffalo Bills and football in general, not just the Buffalo Bills. In the offseason, we try to span it a little bit, talk more general about football and teams and what's going on. But today, you got us here. We're going to talk about some stuff this offseason. And I have a question for you. I just had if y'all knew what my life was like, you would understand. But what did I want to talk to you? You got me off track because you said that Stefon Diggs thing. And it kind
of I just know how to gaslight you right before we get started.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard. I heard or I read somewhere that Stefon Diggs was considering playing with the Kansas City Chiefs this year.
Oh my God. I'm glad you still got choices out there, buddy. So, I mean, it is what it is.
And his cast of criminal, his roster full of criminals.
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot.
I
mean, it is what it is. What's up, John? What's up, Chandra? Thank you guys for always tuning in.
You see me today. I'm here.
Yes, Robin is here. Thank God. Because it's like.
Because last week I wasn't able to be on facially because the internet was out. And Friday we had a mini blizzard. Winds blowing 40 miles an hour, but we only got 3 inches of snow. It just looked like it was blowing everywhere. Well, today it's going to be 80 degrees.
That's crazy. That is insane. That's insane. Insane.
Insane.
I guess we as Buffalonians can't complain too much because it's crazy. It's 60 and it's like 35. On St. Patrick's Day, it was nice. The parade, everybody was down there. And then it became 16. So, it is what it is, I guess. You just get used to it. You just roll with the punches.
Spring.
Yes. Okay, but let's get into some Buffalo news. This offseason, some are saying the Bills knocked it out the park. They have one of the great, I don't want to say great off seasons, right? Because we've seen some off seasons. There's people talking. Well, the Bills is having a good off season, good to great. But we also seen some great off seasons and turn to shit. The Jets have many, many great off seasons out the park, right? But what does that do? Doesn't do anything because they still sit at the bottom of the AFC East. And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Brandon Beane is having a good off season. This is his season. He should. My question to you: what is your takeaway from this free agency so far for the Buffalo Bills, Robyn?
Well, I think it's been as good a free agency start as our salary cap could afford. So if we had money to burn, the Bills had money to burn. There's all kinds of cool things we could have done. But with having to be so fiscally responsible, you have to consider, it's just like, what did we say last week? Everybody wants Justin Jefferson and Myles Garrett in free agency.
We all want these guys.
We do. But we can't have them because we can't afford them. Right. Now, we've talked about this before. Lose me with we're paying Josh Allen so we can't
player stuff.
Just lose me with it.
Stop it.
Brandon Bean has not been fiscally responsible when it comes to dead cap money.
Right.
And I will forever be a critic about that because I think he could have done a much better job managing the cap than what we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we look at just off the top, we got DJ Moore. This is a player that I think will turn out to be the talk of free agency.
Yes.
It'll be between
Yes.
him and Bradley Chubb. But DJ Moore, I mean, what did they pay the Denver Broncos give away to get Jalen Waddle? I
First,
thought everybody was going to
a
lose
third, but it was a first this year, a third,
Right.
and a fourth. So the Miami Dolphins wanted the first this year. The Bills was going to give them a first next year and a third, I think. But they didn't want that. They wanted the first this year. I mean, it was the same, but it was just a different year.
Well, they didn't want to trade
I mean,
I
just
get
say
it.
what
I
this.
wouldn't either.
I think
I
people
wouldn't
get so
either.
pissy with that, and I'm like, guys,
Come on.
they didn't. We're gonna see. We're already spanking their ass. Well, the Bills are every time they see them, and they may get one out. But do I want you to help you out? No. So
Exactly.
no.
So why are we crying about the fact that we didn't get Jalen Waddle?
Exactly.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Robbie.
Hey.
Yeah. So let's add to that. Connor McGovern getting re-signed was huge. In my mind,
I think so too.
Might be the biggest move of all that I didn't expect because I thought we were going to lose both David Edwards and McGovern. I didn't see any pathway that we were going to be able to keep both of them. And it turns out McGovern took a pretty sizable hometown discount to stay. So we have to give Brandon Bean some flowers for that and Connor McGovern.
Yeah.
Thank you, Connor McGovern.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't want to be Josh Allen's center? I mean, that's worth something in and of itself. But overall, I think they've addressed as many of the needs, if you will, that the team is going to have. And I know that's what Brandon Bean always wants to do is get as much filled out in free agency so that you're not drafting for need, that you can draft the best player available. That's great, but it doesn't always work out that way. So far, so good. I'll talk later on in my spill the tea about some other thoughts that I have. But overall, I would give the free agency B to B plus.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you too. I mean, there are still some needs, and we're going to talk about that and kind of spill the tea because I don't know. There's an area to where I think there's a need, and we all know there's a need. So you can't look over that. But what the Bills normally don't do, and they weren't done. They went out and got the most controversial, I want to say not maybe the most controversial person that the Bills have picked up or played in a Bills uniform, but this guy's a freaking dog. He's a nasty dog, and I like it. I'm not going to lie to you. This safety, Garner Johnson, CJ Garner, I love this pickup, and I know all the stuff around him. I get it. He had his best days in Philly.
He was garbage. Excuse me, but I just have to interrupt you. It was garbage when they said that Gardner Johnson was getting traded like to 7 different teams in the last 3 years or whatever it was that people were saying. Part of that was he was going from practice squad to practice squad.
Tell him about it.
So come on.
But you already know what that is, right? You already know what that is. And it's sad that if you don't do the digging and if you just see surface stuff, you're like, oh, this guy's a freaking menace. Why would we want him on our team? And I don't want to put dirt on the name of our ex-head coach, but he would have never picked up this guy. Like, because he was out there last year.
He wasn't a McDermott guy. That's true.
No, he wasn't. But he plays in a base 3-4. He's a ball hawk, and you like that. You like the aggression. You love to see. This guy had 6 interceptions last year, so
Yeah.
he's aggressive. I love it. Tell me about Robyn. Do you love it?
I do love it. I do love it, love it, love it, love it. It might be one of my favorite picks in free agency because think about this. You got a guy like this who's got an attitude, carries himself well, not afraid of anything. You want to tell me that his persona isn't going to rub off in a great way on Cole Bishop? Because I think it is. Because Cole Bishop, we started to see the real Cole Bishop toward the end of last season. And he's got some dog in him too.
Robyn, it just takes that one coach to bring it out, right?
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I like the fact that these guys play meek and mild sometimes, but sometimes you need a guy. And not to bring up Stephon Diggs, but when Stephon Diggs, I'll give him this. When Stephon Diggs was here, Josh Allen played with an edge. He did. I'm not saying he made him, who made whoever. I don't care about who made what. I'm just saying when you have an alpha person out there who is going to listen, I'll take that. Give it to me. If they're in trouble, it's on me. That's that kind of guy that Stephon was and is. And the CJ guy is going to be, hey, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's going to bring that out of Cole Bishop. And I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah. I think it's going to be a terrific addition. And I do, by the way, think that Jim Leonhard will know how to handle his aggressiveness. Because if he's overdoing it on the field, Jim Leonhard will not be shy about letting him know. And Jim Leonhard himself was a dog.
Absolutely. I'm about to say, if anybody knows that, he knows it because he played the same way.
Dog.
But the thing about it, you don't want to take that out of a person. You want that to be there, but you want it to kind of be controlled.
Right.
You know,
right.
That is it. That's it. So I like this pickup.
He wants to win.
That's it. That's it.
He just wants to win. And those are the players. McDermott wanted those players too. He just didn't like the guys that were fireballs.
Yeah. Right. Like, and I'm getting that he's getting strays. McDermott is getting a lot of strays because the fact that he wanted his guys to be a lot of button up. Right. Personally, you need those guys that are a little crazy on your team. You know? I mean, I played sports and it was just like, when you need that
you need dogs on your team.
Yeah, you just go to that person like, all right, I know we need to get off the field, right? We need a home run. We need an out. I'm looking to you to get that done. And I can't wait to see this defense and this one particular guy to change.
So different.
Right.
This defense is going to be so different. Yeah. And add to that, for the first at least half of the season, nobody's going to know what to expect from a Jim Leonhard defense.
A 3-4? They're not. And I don't know who I was listening to. They were saying that the Bills defense was so, for lack of a better word, elementary, because no one is playing that defense anymore. Everybody is switching to a 3-4. So it just says a lot. This defense, we already know what our offense is going to look like. You know, we got Josh Allen. You remove some pieces, you put some pieces in, you improve that, wide receiver room. Right. You got James Cook. You know what that is. Mm-hmm. You know what that is. You know DJ Miller. He made that DJ Moore, thank you. He made that wide receiver room better. But we know what that offense can do. We have lacked so much on the defense side of the ball to where they had to change it. They had to change it. because you
Yeah.
couldn't continue to roll out the same defense every single year.
Well, they have to evolve.
Mm,
And
yeah.
it this is more than an evolution, though. This is a transformation that's
Hmm.
gonna be coming this year. CJ is a trash talker, John Roberts says. He is a
Yes.
trash talker, and you know what I love about it? How much do you know in the locker room, Josh Allen has found himself a friend.
Oh, alpha. Yes,
Josh
right.
Allen has found himself a friend
Because
in the
apparently
trash.
Josh Allen's a trash talker too. So
Who knew?
don't let that pretty face fool you.
Oh, yeah.
Another player that came along, Geno Stone, another safety, a depth piece. 1 year, don't know to what the contract is, and really don't care. But they lost Cam Lewis, they lost Rapp, and they signed former Bengals safety Geno Stone. Well, how do you feel about this signing, Robyn? And he plays special teams too.
Right. And necessary depth, I think necessary depth, and maybe a good depth piece.
Mm-hmm.
But the real funny thing is listening to the Bengals fans talk, they're
Oh
like,
God,
thank God he's gone.
I
They
know.
blame him for every problem on their defense must have been
Blamed it
his
on
fault.
him.
So okay, let's just see how that defense improves this year without him.
Right.
I'm not buying it. I think he's another one who also said, "I'm tired of losing."
And he's with Burrow, like, and I know he
Yeah,
Burrow's on the offense side of the ball, but their defense wasn't that great, you know. So
no,
yeah,
it was bad. And I see why he would want to exit out. So I like him. I think if I'm sort of the feeling if Jim Leonard likes him and enough that he wanted him, I'm
hmm,
good with it because I
right,
trust Leonard because he was a safety.
right,
Just like McDermott was always good at picking safeties because he was a safety.
hmm,
So there's something to be said for that. But I'm good with it. We've got depth.
yeah,
And this probably means that we won't be seeing Damar Hamlin on the roster because I do believe
mm.
that that will be.
Bye, Damar. Nothing against you at all, sir. I was starting to think that you had a lifetime jersey for the Buffalo Bills because of what happened to you, but no, no. Anytime Damar came in, you knew, oh wow, this is we're down to the bare minimum right now. And no disrespect, but yeah, no,
No disrespect at all, but he took bad angles. He
yes.
was on the team for a long time and just never he reached his ceiling
His plateau
and
was his plateau. It was that, you know.
it was
Yeah,
very low. I
yes,
suspect that if when Sean McDermott gets another job, he'll probably, if he doesn't have him as a player, probably will hire him as a coach because I do think interesting that you said that because I remember Sean McDermott after the incident happened saying that DeMar would always have a place on his
right,
team.
right. And I'm just like, because I was talking to Mike, and Mike was like, "No, he's going to be on the team forever." And I'm like, you can't be on a team forever just because of what happened to you. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
think what I could see happening, and here's another thing that I don't know if he would be a good coach or not, but maybe McDermott would hire him as a position coach for safeties or
Right.
whatnot.
And if he
But
still
who
wants to
knows?
play, and DeMar still wants to play. So, and we don't know. He might be in Pittsburgh. We don't know. He might.
He could
Everybody's going to.
he could be depth in another team,
Yeah. Everybody
but not,
wants to go to
not the
New England.
Bills.
So, hey, feel free. I don't.
Yeah,
Once
go to
you're
New
off the
England.
team, it's whatever with me. I was upset when they got rid of Mac Hollins. I wanted Mac Hollins back. But once you're off the team, I don't care. And especially you went to New England, I do not care anymore. You're done. But our the Bills their secretary. Oh my God.
It's a day, folks. We're
It
just
is
all
not. It's just been, yeah. Anyway,
it's a day.
their back end is looking like Cole Bishop, C.J. Garner, Gino, and that Gino might be, like you said, and like we said, death piece. Benford, Maxwell Hairston, and Dean Alford. That looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good. Do you think they'll bring back Trey White?
That's a good question. I've seen that. I don't know. I don't know because
Don't know if he'd fit in Leonard's
yeah,
defense.
I was just about to say I don't know if he could play press man. Like he's 30 something. He's 30, right? Gonna be 31
Yeah,
or
I think
30. I don't know. I wouldn't have put nothing past it, but I don't know. I probably would do it, but I don't know if it like
there's
if
simply there's no connection between Trey White
right.
and Leonard, so there would be no sense of loyalty or whatever
Exactly.
that Leonard would necessarily have toward Trey White. But I don't know either. My thinking was more no than yes,
Mm-hmm.
only because of the scheme change. If the scheme was the same, I could see them bringing him back. But in a completely different scheme and a completely different defense, I don't know.
And again, I think, and we're going to talk about a guy that just got signed somewhere else. Leonard has no connection, like you said, to these guys, and I think the fan base gets so, I don't want to say bent out of shape, but I'll say it when when someone's being removed, a defense player is being removed from this roster. Listen, this was Sean's baby. He's no longer here. So Leonard is not attached to these players. So yeah, it was only $5 million, but doesn't that say a lot to you when it's only $5 million and they didn't bring him back? So, but I don't want to talk about that yet because we got some spill the tea, Robyn.
Oh, well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
For me, come on, just spill that. Come on, just spill that tea for me. Spill no dirty tea. Yeah, tell me everything. Come on, just spill that.
Come on, just spill that. Come on, just. Okay, girl. Oh, you're quiet again, aren't you? Ha! Which means, oh, I don't have to start.
Well, I mean, okay. So my spill the tea is, well, you know what, Robyn, go ahead, and then I'll go behind you.
Okay. I'm not sure what that's all about, folks, but we're going to move on. So my question for my spill the tea is, and this should come as a huge surprise to everybody who knows me, I want to know why Brandon Beane seems to devalue either the one technique defensive tackle position or the nose tackle position, whichever way you want to call it now. But we've filled out free agency. We're looking pretty good at most positions, but we still don't have that nose tackle yet. And I don't know what it is about Brandon Beane, but that's nice, Bill the T. I want to know, what has he got against the big fat boys up front on defense? That's what I want to know. And I'll add to that, since you pointed it out, what are we doing at linebacker?
Yeah. That's one area where we haven't, well, on the outside, surface-wise, the Bills haven't addressed that linebacker position. And we know Matt Milano is a free agent. We know Shaq is a free agent. Do they bring back Matt Milano? I don't know. Again, this is not Sean McDermott's defense. I don't know if
he's a good fit.
I don't think he's a good fit. I also don't, and I know Bernard has played in a 3-4. I understand it, but Bernard is also a small guy who has gotten hurt several times this last year and the year prior to that. And then Joe Andreessen. And, I forgot Williams. So 3 guys. And Brandon Beane doesn't like to show his hand during draft. So this is kind of weird that it hasn't been addressed. And free agency is still involving right now. Like it's still going on right now. So, and maybe they get one while we're talking. Who knows? But it's kind of odd not to have addressed it. And it's kind of odd, like I said last episode, it's kind of odd that no one from Denver has followed Jim Leonard over to the Buffalo Bills. That's kind of odd as well.
Locke was a lock.
Right.
I thought he was going to come over for sure, and he ends up signing with the Cowboys, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Oh, John wants to know what we think about Bradley Chubb.
Yes, I was going to address that. We kind of hit on it last week, but I like this move personally. He's 1 year removed from his ACL, right?
Yes.
He had an ACL. So I like it. He was last year he got his 8.5 sacks, or last year he got the Dolphins 8.5 sacks coming from that injury. Now he's going to be 2 years removed from it. I like it.
He's solid against the run.
Absolutely.
And that's been a big need.
Yeah, because Joey Bosa just let him run him right by him.
I like the idea in my head of Greg Rousseau and Bradley Chubb. I think they're going to have some chemistry together. Just a feeling. But
and you know what, Robyn, it was always we know who Greg is. And he changed his number to 15. I'm so mad because I got his jersey. I'm not buying any more jerseys. I'm done. 15, bro. I have your jersey that's 50. But anyway, we know who Rousseau is. We know he can set the edge. We know if he needs to go after the quarterback, he can do that. We know what side he loves to be on. And we know that Chubbs likes to be on the opposite side of that.
Perfect.
We're always looking for the opposite side of the ball or the opposite side of Greg Rousseau. Because we already know what he's going to do. So now it's up to Chubb. But prior to Chubb, it was Von Miller. It was Joey Bosa. Leonard Floyd. And then with that Leonard Floyd, though, I like that combination because it was good. It was actually good. They balanced each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Bosa was a hot mess. Before Von got injured, Von was actually pretty good too. Now it's Chubb. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like because what I've seen when he was playing with Miami, he was always in the backfield when it came to Josh Allen and being in Josh Allen's grill. And
just face, yes.
Yeah, so I definitely like that. John, we're going to have, hopefully Robyn and I will have a pod for draft because we're going to get probably Dean back on to talk draft.
Got to get Dean back.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of questions for him.
I know he likes that linebacker too, so that should be interesting. But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? So my spill the tea. I love football, and don't get me wrong. The more, the merrier. The more, the merrier. So the NFL is thinking about, and when they think about it, that means it's going to be in place. It's no thinking. If it's money, you know it's happening. So the day before Thanksgiving, hey, why not put another football game on there Wednesday? Thanksgiving Eve, football for everyone.
All I could think of when you sent me that list of topics we were going to talk about, all I could think about is what are you thinking for these players?
I know.
I hope you do not intend to expect them to play on a Sunday and then play on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because
how would that work? I'm pretty sure
it could work is they have to have their bye week before whoever's going to play that Wednesday night game better have their bye week the week before. I mean, that it screws up everything.
It does. It
It really
does.
does. If I learned anything about football, it's that how important it is for routine for
Mhm.
the players when they get into the season, when it used to be once a week. You did this on
Mhm.
Monday, you did this on Tuesday, you did this. I mean, you have your routine in place, and that's really important for football players to be able to have that routine in place. And I just can't. I mean, I'm just thinking a Wednesday game, what is that? Just screws up everything. No.
You
No.
remember the COVID year when we had a game? Was that Tuesday?
It was a Tuesday game.
And I knew the Bills were going to lose that game because they didn't know when they were going to play. And when it came out, they said they were ready to play on a Monday. They moved it to a Tuesday, and then they had to move everything because Sean McDermott is very
Oh,
meticulous. So he has their guys. This is what we're doing on Monday. This is what we're doing on Tuesday. This is what we're doing on Wednesday. This is their Thursday. And now to mess that up, to not know when you're playing, yeah, it screwed it all up. Screwed it all up. So as a fan, I like this. I see it. I can understand it when it comes to players maybe not liking it because you could tell they don't like Thursday games. You think they're gonna like a Wednesday game?
they hate Thursday
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
And I don't blame them.
yeah.
Toward the end of the season, when you play on Sunday and then you got to play again on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Yeah,
rough sport. You have to have time off to recuperate.
absolutely, absolutely.
But
We kind of addressed number 5 in the spill the tea.
yeah, we did.
So we got some news that AJ Epinesa is signing 1 year worth up to $5 million with the Cleveland Browns.
God bless
And
him.
God bless him too, because he got his money with the Buffalo Bills. And I've seen people sad, what's going on? Why did they cut him? He's the guy that plays Kansas City, deflects the balls, all this. I get it, guys. I get it. But it was up to $5 million if he makes the
He
makes the
sat
team.
there on the free agent market for how long?
Yeah. It's sad to see him go,
Yeah.
but I mean, it is what it is.
He was an underperformer. He did not perform up to the level of where he was drafted, in my opinion. He was spotty. There were many games that you'd never even noticed him.
Right.
He would disappear and then he would come and have a good game and you're like, oh, he's finally we're gonna see.
Right.
Never happened.
And there was always a time before they even went and got Vaughn, you were saying this is the time that AJ needs to step in and step up, right? And it never happened. His plateau was his plateau, and that was it. He reached it. I don't want to say they messed him up when he first got here, changing his weight
His
and all
body,
of that.
I think that was a problem.
Yeah.
I think that was a big problem, and it kind of concerns me about other players that they're trying to mess around with their weight and change their, the distribution of the weight in their body, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Good luck to AJ. I
For
wish
sure.
him all the best, and God bless him. Playing in Cleveland isn't for the faint of heart.
Oh,
That's for sure.
not. It's definitely not. I've seen this too about DJ Reader being the nose tackle. I don't know what the truth, because there's always rumors and stuff of speculation going around with free agency. I wouldn't be mad if they got him. I wouldn't be mad at all. So
No, I would be happy.
yeah,
if they could get
they're
him
not
for a
done.
price. No, they're not finished.
Yeah,
They're not finished. There's a long time before the draft. And there's players that they're going to be dickering around with for the right price.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then, I mean, this might be what, second wave, third wave of free agency, all the way up until
right up till the
draft, and then after the draft.
Right, because there'll be June 1 releases, and I mean, there's all kinds of things cooking.
Yeah,
and I can't believe it, but we're going to be starting OTAs pretty soon.
You know what? Who said that? Someone had said that. A player. Connor Montgomery was saying something sorts of he's not leaving Buffalo because in a few weeks we're going to be all back together and OTAs, and I'm just like, you are.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And
wow.
we get OTAs, an extra week of OTAs, because we have a new head coach. So
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. So kind of interesting times. I mean, this calendar year just goes.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what this commissioner wants: football year round, no days off. But you got to give the days off for the players, of course. I mean, maybe for the fans, it's football year round. But I don't know. Again, going back to the Wednesday night game or the Wednesday morning, whatever time it is, I don't know if as a fan, I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, sure.
But I look at it also from a player stand that I don't like that for them. I don't.
Yeah.
So
I worry about the injuries.
Yeah. I don't want no superstars to be injured, let alone Josh Allen. Sorry. So yeah. But I think we all done. We hit all the topics today, I think. All right, cool. Love it, guys.
Everybody, thank you. I've missed you.
Guys always show up and show out, and love it. Love it. But thank you guys always for tuning in for Tea Time with Robyn, lunchtime vibes, of course. We will see. I don't know if we'll see you next week, but if we don't, we love you. If we do, we'll see you next week. But you'll find out. But this is Tea Time with Robyn. We are on the Build in Buffalo Network Monday through Sunday. Peace out, y'all. And
go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Sabres.
Oh,